We come from everywhere. We're called Americans. From every distant shore. But what matters more is we're Americans. United by the promise etched beneath the flame that says, beyond this golden door you enter, everyone's the same. So many voices sing America's song. So many dreamers come from different shores to proudly sing along. So many colors in a rainbow board. So many hearts from many homelands, all with one desire: to raise their voices in a country that's free, to blend their music with America's from sea to shining sea. So many voices from so many lands make one great song. When we join voices, hearts and so many voices sing America's song.
Thank you so much for coming to our famous American play. We have been working hard for many weeks, and we can't wait for you to meet all the famous Americans this year's play is entitled History Delivery. We would like to thank Miss Charles, Miss Alice, and our wonderful class coordinators, Mrs. Weiss and Mrs. Bashkentarian. The most amazing maintenance crew, our teachers, and the parents. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Excuse me, kids. I'm in a hurry, so can you please give this to your mom or dad? Okay, but I didn't think we ordered anything. Ooh, maybe it's a surprise for my birthday that's coming up in 6 months.
How do you know it's for you? Maybe it's for me. Well, whatever it is, it looks fragile. Look at all the warning signs.
Maybe it's a lamp.
Maybe it's a computer.
Maybe Grandma and Grandpa sent us something.
Let's open it and find out. I don't think it's for us. We should probably wait until we show our parents first.
Whose name is this anyway? It's not in the right address.
The UPS driver must have delivered it to the wrong address. Oh, come on, just open it. The delivery person gave it to us.
Open it! Open it! Open it! Open it!
Oh, it's already kind of open. I can see inside.
It's something red.
Touch it and see what it feels like.
It's a button. When I pushed it, a light went on.
Something's happening.
Where are you guys? I feel like I'm flying. Where are you guys? Help me!
Athletes
I'm so talented. My name is Benjamin Franklin. I'm famous for being an inventor, a scientist, and a statesman. I helped the 13 colonies become an independent nation. I started the first fire department, general hospital, and one of the first libraries. I founded the first university. I helped about the post office and became the first postmaster general. I was born in 1706 in Massachusetts. In 1732, I published Poor Richard's Almanac. In 1776, I helped write the Declaration of Independence. 1783, I signed the peace treaty made between England and the United States. In 1787, I helped write the Constitution. People admire me because I was so creative. I made the glass harmonica, Franklin stove, lightning rod, and bifocal glasses. I had a very inquisitive mind. I died in 1790.
Good day. My name is Abigail Smith, but people know me as Abigail Adams. I was born on November 11th, 1744 in Weymouth, Massachusetts. When I got married to John Adams, my last name changed to Adams. In 1765, my first daughter, Nabby, was born. We also called her Abigail. In 1773, the Boston Tea Party took place. Then in 1797, John was elected second president of the United States, and I became a first lady. People admire me because I helped slaves learn to read, write, sing, and do math. Unfortunately, I died on October 28, 1818.
Good day. My name is Betsy Ross. I'm famous for making the American flag. I was born on January 1st, 1752 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Sadly, in 1773, I married John Ross. In 1776, I made the new American flag. Sadly, my husband died. When I was 31, I married John Claypool. People admire me because I made the first American flag. I died on January 30th, 1836.
Franklin, dear, time for a speech. Oh, hello. My name is Eleanor Roosevelt. I am famous for being the niece of President Theodore Roosevelt. I was also married to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. As First Lady, I helped a lot of people. I was born on October 11th, 1884. In 1905, I married Franklin Roosevelt. In 1921, Franklin was diagnosed with polio. I had to help him by making public speeches. In 1932, Franklin became president. I became first lady. I visited U.S. troops during World War II. I represented the U.S. at the United Nations to help with worldwide peace. I even flew with Amelia Earhart. People admire me because I helped a lot of people. I died in 1962.
I have a dream. Hello, my name is Martin Luther King Jr. I'm famous for giving Black people the courage and the hope to keep fighting without using violence to hurt people. I was born on January 15, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. When I was little, I couldn't play with my white friends. I waited until I was old enough to fight back with words. In 1946, I learned from Gandhi that I could use peaceful resistance, which means fighting without hurting or killing people. In 1963, I made a famous speech called I Have a Dream in Washington, D.C. I wanted Black people and white people to become friends. People admire me because I could have given up, but I kept fighting for Black people's rights peacefully. Sadly, I died on April 4th, 1968.
masterpiece. Good day. My name is Mary Cassatt. I am famous for becoming the first female artist in America, because in those days, ladies weren't allowed to become artists like men. I was born on May 22nd, 1844. In 1861, I began my studies at the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. In 1865, I moved to Paris to study great works of art. In 1868, my work was shown in the Salon. That was a place where artists were selected to show their work. In 1879, I was the only woman who was exhibited with the Impressionists. That was when I met Edgar Degas, a famous painter. I died on June 14th, 1926. People admire me because I was the first female artist in America.
Yes, another painting is done. Oh, hello. I am Georgia O'Keeffe. I am famous for making people look more closely at flowers and other elements of nature. I was born in Wisconsin in 1887. In 1900, I attended at the Art Institute of Chicago. Sadly, I had to drop out because I had typhoid fever. In 1914, I moved to New York to study abstract art with Arthur Dow. In 1924, I got married to photographer and gallery owner Alfred Stieglitz, who helped me launch my career. In 1949, I moved to New Mexico to paint the Rocky Hills, white bones, and orange sunsets. People admire me for taking elements of nature and making them see them in new ways. I died in 1985 when I was 98 years old.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Oh, hello. I'm one of Dr. Seuss's famous characters. Dr. Seuss is famous because he is a very descriptive and creative author who wrote and illustrated many creative books for children and for parents. He was born in 1904 in Springfield, Massachusetts. In 1921, he moved to New Hampshire to go to Dartmouth College. In 1927, he married a lady named Helen Palmer. In 1946, he won an award called the Legion of Merit Award for his film Why We Fight. He also won an Academy Award for the Best Short Documentary. In 1957, The Cat in the Hat was born. People admire him for his creativity and all the books that he wrote. He tried to help children learn to read and learn many important lessons like in the Lorax. He died in 1991.
Pioneers and adventurers, make the road for the future. They explore new places and make new friends and inspire future leaders. We make the world a better place for many to appreciate. Leave it to us and we'll improve the lives of all in this world.
Quay quay, that means hello. My name is Pocahontas. I'm famous for saving Captain John Smith's life from the Powhatans. I am also famous for making friends with the British and making peace between the British and the Native Americans. I was born in 1595 in Werowocomoco. In 1607, English settlers came on 3 ships and started to build a fort called Jamestown in the Powhatan Territory. Then, in January 1608, I saved Captain John Smith and helped the English settlers by giving them food. In 1613, I was captured by the English and was sent to England. There I learned about Christianity. I also learned about English traditions. In 1614, I was given the name Lady Rebecca and was married to a man named John Rolfe who was English. People admire me for standing up for what I thought was right. People also admire me because I risked my life for Captain John Smith. Sadly, I died in 1617 from a sickness.
Yes, I got another bear. Hi, I am Davy Crockett. I am famous because I wanted to help the poor people of Tennessee. I was also a member of Congress. I liked being a politician because I was able to help the people of Tennessee. I was born on August 17, 1786 on Limestone, Tennessee. Later, I won the election to become a congressman. On 1836, I joined the Texas Army and I took an oath. I fought in the war at the Alamo and I died there on March 6, 1836.
Lewis, Clark, we're almost there. Oh, Panaho, my name is Sacagawea. I lived from 1789 or 1790 to 1820, but people don't know the exact dates. I am famous for leading Lewis and Clark on an expedition of a lifetime. I am also famous for my courage and determination to get to the Pacific West. In 1800, my tribe was attacked by the Minnetree Indians, and I was forced to live with a French-Canadian fur trapper. In 1804, we started the journey. In 1805, my son Pomp was born. 1 year later, we finally reached the Pacific West, and we finally accomplished our goal. People admire me for my courage and how I never gave up. I still live in people's hearts today.
I was a conductor on the Underground Railroad. Oh, hello, my name is Harriet Tubman. I am famous for leading slaves to freedom on the Underground Railroad. It is not a railroad, and it is not underground. It is a path slaves took to escape to freedom, and it was created by Quaker women and men who were against slavery. People say I was born in 1820 or 1821, but nobody knows the exact dates because slaves didn't get birth certificates. In 1834, I was helping a slave escape when I was hit in the head with a 2-pound metal weight and nearly died. In 1848, I escaped to freedom for the first time using the Underground Railroad. In 1857, I went back to the South and helped my parents escape to freedom. From 1861, I worked for the Union Army as a nurse and a teacher. People admire me because I helped slaves escape to freedom and I didn't give up. I cared and made a difference. Sadly, in 1913, when I was over 9 years old, I died.
Just a little more milk for my new Hershey's chocolate. Oh, hello, my name is Milton Hershey. I was born in 1857, Dairy Church, Pennsylvania. I am famous for making chocolate popular. In 1866, I left school in the 4th grade to travel to places where I learned how to make chocolate. In 1907, I started an amusement park. The new buildings brought wealthy visitors to Hershey, Pennsylvania, the town I built. In 1909, I started a school for orphans. I gave almost all of my money to the company and the school. In 1933, my workers built a fancy hotel and people still stay there today. People admire me because I made a popular company for chocolate. They also admire me because I made a school for orphans and because I made sure that all of my workers had jobs during the Great Depression. Sadly, I died in 1945 because of a heart problem. You might not be familiar with my first name, Milton, but I know you know my last name, Hershey. Please buy my cake slice.
I just love these gorillas. Hi, my name is Diane Fossey. I'm famous for studying the mountain gorillas in Africa. I wanted to save the gorillas from the hunters and their traps. I wrote a book called Gorillas in the Mist to let the people know that the gorillas needed help. I was born on January 16, 1932, in San Francisco, California.
In 1963, I went to Africa to meet a scientist who studied the earliest humans. 3 years later, I started studying the mountain gorillas in Africa. In 1978, I set up a camp in Karasaki, Africa. People admire me because I was a kind person and loved animals, especially the gorillas. Sadly, I died in 1985.
Yes, another invention. Hello, my name is Steve Jobs. I'm famous for founding Apple Computer Company. Apple made smaller and better computers that were easy to use. And I was born on February 24th, 1955 in San Francisco, California. In 1968, I was introduced to Steve Wozniak, my future partner at Apple. In 1976, we formed Apple. In 1998, the iMac was revealed. In 2007, the iPhone was released. In 2010, the iPad was introduced. People admire me because I make great inventions. I'm a visionary and a successful businessman. Hope you buy my inventions, now in stores near you.
We'd like to teach the world to fly and travel everywhere. See oceans wide and new countries and far-off planets too. We'd like to show the world new things and inspire everyone. We've done some things that work like new. Our bravery shines on through.
Yes, it flies! Oh, hello. My name is Overwright. I am famous for inventing the first motor-powered airplane with my brother Wilbur. I was born on August 19, 1871 in Dayton, Ohio. When I was 7 years old, my dad brought me a toy helicopter. I wondered how it flew. I studied it carefully and became interested in flying. In 1900, I, with the help of my brother Wilbur, built our first glider. It took a year to build. We flew it many times and learned a lot about flying. In 1903, we added an engine to the glider to make it lift off the ground and go faster. The first flight lasted 12 seconds. It flew 120 feet. A year later, we had the longest flight in history, 39 minutes long. People admire me because I was so smart and I never gave up. Now I have a lot of airplanes. I sadly died in 1948.
Getting ready for takeoff. Over and out. Hi, I'm Amelia Earhart. I'm finished being the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. I was born in 1897 at Atchison, Kansas. I flew with my husband on the Friendship across the Atlantic in 1928. In 1930, I set 3 new speed records. My fastest speed was 180 miles per hour. I was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic in 1932. People admire me because I was brave, smart, and took many big risks. Sadly, in 1937, my plane disappeared while on my flight around the world. People are still looking for me today.
One small step for man and one giant leap for mankind. Hi, my name is Neil Armstrong. I was born on August 5th, 1930. I lived in Wapakoneta, Ohio. I am famous for being the very first astronaut to walk on the moon. In 1946, I earned my pilot's license when I was only 16 years old. In 1949, I joined the Navy to fly planes in the Korean War. I joined NASA to become an astronaut in 1962. In July 16, 1969, I blasted off on Apollo 11 to head for the moon. People admire me because I worked really hard to make my dreams come true. I'm still alive today.
Blast off!
Oh, hello, my name is Sally Rye. I am famous for being the first American female astronaut to fly in space. I also did other things outside of NASA. I encourage girls to become scientists when they grow up, and I wrote space books for kids. I was born May 26, 1951, and I am still alive now. On January 16, 1978, I got a call saying that I was accepted into the NASA space program. In 1983, I had my first spaceflight on the space shuttle named the Challenger. On my 36th birthday, I retired from NASA. In 2003, I was inducted in the Astronaut Hall of Fame. People admire me because I was very brave.
Scientists. We are scientists. Scientists. Henry Ford was the first to make a car, and Thomas Edison made the first light bulb. Got ideas galore, learned to score. We made technology your best friend. We are scientists. Scientists. We are scientists. Scientists. George Washington Carver, Philo, Farnsworth, the Wright brothers, Einstein and Rachel Carson got ideas galore, learned to score. We made technology your best friend. We are scientists, scientists. We are scientists. Finally, it worked. Finally, it worked. Hello, my name is Thomas Alva Edison. I am famous for inventing the electric light bulb, the phonograph, and many other things. I was born in 1847 in Milan, Ohio. In 1877, I invented the phonograph. It was the first machine to record sound. In 1879, I invented the electric light bulb. It was brighter and safer than the gas light. In 1882, I built the first power plant to supply New York City with electricity. It was the first time it ever happened. In 1889, I invented the movie camera. It was brighter and safer than the gas light. It was the first machine to record moving pictures. People admire me because I never gave up. I kept trying and trying until my inventions worked. I died in 1931.
I'm going to name my car the Model T. Hi, I am Henry Ford. I was born on July 30th, 1863 in Dearborn, Michigan. I am famous for creating the Model T. It was the first car that was strong, didn't break down easily, and was large enough to fit a whole family. In 1903, I started Ford Motor Company. Ford's first vehicle was the Model A. I also invented the assembly line in 1913, which helped the workers get the job done much faster. People admire me because I was a very hard worker, never gave up even when it was difficult. I was honest, and I loved my family, especially my mother. I sadly died in 1947.
Interesting. Oh, hi. My name is George Weston Carver. I'm famous because I developed ways that farmers can grow new crops like sweet potatoes and peanuts. I was born in 1864. During that year, my mother Mary and I were taken by the Night Riders from Mr. Carver's farm. They kidnapped us so they can sell us as slaves. Mr. Carver found me and brought me into their family. When I was 7 years old, I decided I wanted to go to school. I went to a school for black children. In 1891, I left Simpson College. I went to Iowa State College to study agriculture. In 1916, I wrote a book that had recipes for 100 different foods made from peanuts. People admire me because I was a good scientist and helped farmers grow new crops like sweet potatoes and peanuts. I discovered many uses for cowpeas, sweet potatoes, and peanuts, which helped the farmers to sell their crops. I sadly died. I was very lonely, but I still had flowers to love. I sadly died in 1943.
Yes, it works. Hello, my name is Philo T. Farnsworth. I am famous for inventing the TV when I was 14. I was born in 1906 in Utah. In 1912, when I was 6, I was captivated by 2 new machines, the hand-crank telephone and the hand-crank phonograph, because it brought people together in new ways. In 1917, when I was 11, I moved to a new house that had electricity. I fixed the generator and made other gadgets to make my chores easier. In 1920, when I was 14, I figured out a way to create television. In 1927, a small group of people watched the first image in history on TV. When I was 22, I announced the invention of television in front of a crowd of reporters. People admire me for coming up with an idea when I was 14. If I didn't invent the TV, we wouldn't get to watch movies. I died in 1971.
I'm so happy they stopped using pesticides. Hi, my name is Rachel Carson. I am famous for stopping people from using DDT and pesticides on crops. I was born on May 27, 1907 in Springdale, Pennsylvania. In 1935, I earned my master's degree in science from Johns Hopkins University. That year, I got my first job. I worked for the United States Fish and Wildlife Service. In 1961, I wrote my first book, The Sea Around Us, all about the beautiful ocean. Oceans were my favorite things in the world. In 1962, I wrote my second book called Silent Spring. Silent Spring is my most important book. It describes how harmful pesticides are to living things in the environment. People admire me because I am a scientist and a naturalist. They think it is amazing that I save the environment and living things from pesticide and DDT. Sadly, I died on April 14th, 1964.
One, talk show.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Annie Oakley. I'm famous for being the best sharpshooter in the world and was the first woman celebrity. I was born on August 13th, 1860 in a rough shelter cabin that my dad built in Ohio. I had a difficult childhood. My family was poor and often hungry, but I learned how to hunt for food and turn my problems into an opportunity. In 1870, I was sent to work at the Dark County Infirmary where I was treated cruelly. Later, I married Frank Butler, a famous performing marksman who I defeated in a contest in 1876. In 1883, Frank and I joined Buffalo Bill's Wild West show and gained fame by touring around the country. Newspaper stories falsely accused me of drug use. I went to court to restore my reputation. I triumphed over hardships and showed that women were just as good and sometimes better than men. I died on November 3rd, 1926. I died at the age of 66, and my husband and longtime manager, Frank, who was so heartbroken, died 8 days later.
Showtime is magic time. Oh, hello, my name is Harry Houdini. I am famous for being a great escape artist. I was born on March 24th, 1874 in Budapest, Hungary. Later, I became a U.S. citizen when my dad became a citizen. In 1893, my brother and I performed in Chicago. It was my very first time performing. I was the first person to fly a plane in Australia in 1910. In 1913, my mother died. That day, I started to prove that spiritualism is fake. In 1919, my first movie opened. It is called The Master Mystery. It makes me known worldwide, which I loved. I died on October 31st, 1926. People admire me because I could break out of any chain ever invented. My goal was to be famous, and my wish came true.
Lily, what should I name this cute little mouse? Oh, hello. My name is Walt Disney. I was born on December 5th, 1901 in Chicago, Illinois. I am famous for making wonderful cartoons and building a great theme park called Disneyland that people loved. In 1918, I traveled to France and drove ambulances during World War I. I also became a member of the Red Cross. In 1923, I finally got enough money to start a studio with my older brother Roy. We agreed to call it the Disney Brothers Studio. Then we started my dream to make cartoons. 2 years later, I got married to a woman named Liliana Bounds. In 1937, I released the very first full-length cartoon, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. My movie was made during the Great Depression, so it made so many people happy. In the year of 1955, I opened my new theme park called Disneyland. I was proud of myself for making so many people entertained for the rest of their lives. People admire me because I never gave up, even when things seemed hopeless. Sadly, I died from lung cancer on December 15th, 1966.
Ricky, it's time for your music tour. Oh, hello. My name is Lucia Ball. I'm famous for my TV show called I Love Lucy. I'm famous. I was born on August 6, 1911 in Jamestown, New York. In 1934, I signed with Columbia Studios, which was known as RKO Studios then. In 1940, I met Desi Arnaz on the set of Too Many Girls. I married him later that year. In 1952, I Love Lucy became the top TV show in America. A year later, I gave birth to Desi Arnaz Jr. People admire me because I never gave up and had courage. I had determination even when a casting director told me I would never be a star, and boy was he wrong. People also admire me because I make them laugh. I died in 1989 from a stroke. Thank you.
Another show completed.
My name is Maria Tallchief. I'm famous for being one of the world's greatest Native American ballerinas. I was born on January 24th, 1925 in Fairfax, Oklahoma on the Osage Indian Reservation. When I was 17, I moved to New York and joined the Ballet Russe. In 1947, I met the choreographer, George Valentine, and I married him when I was 21 years old. Then we moved to Paris, where I was the first American to dance at the Paris Opera Ballet in 100 years. After dancing many lead parts in Paris, I moved to New York, where I starred in the Balanchine Company, the New York City Ballet. But I left George. I married Dr. Henry Passenger Jr. and had a baby, Elise Maria. At 35, I joined the American Ballet Theater and had a baby, Elise Maria. At 35, I joined the American Ballet Theater as a prima ballerina, but I missed my family, so I left the ballet world in 1966. People admire me because I was such a hard worker and I gave up ballet for my family. Today, I'm 79 years old. Yes, an Academy Award. Hi, I'm Shirley Temple Black. I was born on April 23rd, 1928, and still alive today. I was born in Santa Monica, California. I am also known as America's Sweetheart. I was one of the biggest stars in Hollywood in the 1930s. In 1935, I became the first child actor to ever get an Academy Award. When I was 43 years old, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I was the first famous woman not to be afraid or embarrassed to talk openly about it. I also educated women on important facts about the disease. In 1974, I was appointed U.S. Ambassador to Ghana by President Gerald Ford. People admire me for using my famous past to make important contributions to the world.
Yes, home run. The Big Bambino does it again. Hi, my name is Babe Ruth. I'm famous for being one of the greatest baseball players and home run hitters of all time. I was born on February 6, 1895 in Baltimore, Maryland. When I was 7, I started at St. Mary's Industrial School for Boys. In 1914, I joined the Baltimore Orioles and got my nickname Babe. I hit a season record 60 home runs in 1927. I played for the Yankees in the 1932 World Series against the Cubs. The game was tied 4-4 in the 5th inning. I hit a home run. It was the longest in the history of Wrigley Field. The Yankees won the World Series. I am admired for my great baseball skills and my pitching and hitting records.
I got it. He's out. Oh, hi. My name is Jackie Robinson. I'm famous for being the first African American baseball player in Major League Baseball. I was born on January 31st, 1919, in Cairo, Georgia. In 1946, I married Rachel Isom. Rachel was there for me even on bad days. In 1947, I got drafted to the Brooklyn Dodgers. I was the only black player on the team. In 1949, I was voted most valuable player in the National League. In 1962, I got elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame. People admire me because I did not give up fighting for my rights and I had courage. I sadly died on October 24, 1972.
Going, home run. Oh, hi, my name is Willie Mays. I'm famous because I was one of the greatest baseball players in the world. I was confident and had an ability to focus. I was born on May 6, 1931 in Westfield, Alabama. In 1951, I made my major league debut against the Philadelphia Phillies. I hit my first hit, a home run off a Warren span of the Braves. In 1969, I hit my 600th major league home run. In 1979, I was elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame. People admire me because I was one of the greatest baseball players ever, and I inspire others to want to be baseball players too.
Yes, another home run. Hello, my name is Hank Aaron. I am famous for breaking Babe Ruth's home run record. I was born on February 5th, 1934 in Mobile, Alabama. In 1952, I was signed by the Indianapolis Clowns, a Negro League team. I made my Major League debut with the Milwaukee Braves in 1954. I hit my 715th career home run in 1974. I played my last game in the Major Leagues in 1976. I hit a total of 755 home runs in my career. People admire me because I didn't give up even when I received hate mail. It just made me more determined to break the record.
I can't believe I won Wimbledon. Hi, my name is Arthur Ashe. I am famous for proving that blacks can play tennis. I was born in 1943 in Richmond, Virginia. In 1961, I graduated first in my high school class and went to UCLA. In 1963, I was the first African American to be picked to be on the U.S. Davis Cup team. In 1975, I was the first African American to be ranked number 1 in the world. In 1985, I was inducted into the Tennis Hall of Fame. I started the Arthur Ashe Foundation to help people find ways to cure people with HIV and AIDS. People admire me because I was the first African American to be ranked number 1 in the world. I am also admired because I helped blacks in America and South Africa to be treated equally. I died on February 6, 1993.
Yes, I made another three-pointer. Oh, hi, my name is Michael Jordan. I am famous for being the best basketball player in the history. I was born in 1963 in Brooklyn, New York. In 1982, I was named College Player of the Year by the Sporting News. In 1984, I was chosen to represent the United States of America as co-captain of the Olympic basketball team. In 1985, the Chicago Bulls made the playoffs in the basketball season. I averaged 28.2 points per game. In 1986, my foot was healed from an injury. I was able to play the rest of the basketball season. People admire me because I'm a great basketball player. I gave $1 million to help the poor. Now that I've retired, I dedicate time to the younger generation.
Yes, I finally got that move done. Oh, hello, my name is Mary Lou Retton. I was born in 1968. I am famous for being the first woman American to win a gold medal in gymnastics. I won the all-around gold medal in the 1984 Olympic Games in Los Angeles. I won a silver medal for the vault, a bronze medal for the uneven bars, another bronze medal for the floor exercise, and a silver as part of the United States women's gymnastics team. When I was 14 years old, I moved to Houston, Texas, without my parents to train with my coach, Bella Craoli. In less than 1 year after training with him, I became the first American to win Japan's Chunichi Cup. In 1984, I won 5 medals at the 1984 Olympics. In 1985, I became the Female Athlete of the Year, and I'm still living today. People admire me because I worked hard for my medals, and I inspired many girls all over the country to work hard for their goals.
Yes, I finally landed the 9. Oh, hello, I'm Tony Hawk. I'm a famous skateboarder who participated in many competitions, made out tricks, and was well known for landing the 9, which was a trick where I got off one side of the half pipe, flipped twice, and make a 360-degree spin, and landed in the center of the half pipe. I was born in 1968 in San Diego, California. When I was only 15 years old, an artist made a special logo for my boards. My board became popular and still are today. In 1995, I lost my biggest fan, my dad. He died of lung cancer. He was an important part of my life. In 1999, I landed my historic trick, the 9, at the Summer X Games. This was the largest hurdle I got over after so many years of failure. I sadly retired in 2000. People admire me because I have a passion for skateboarding, which inspires many people to be better skaters, and I truly love what I do for a living.
Yes, I won my 7th Tour de France. Oh, hi. My name is Lance Armstrong. I'm famous for being one of the greatest cyclists on earth who won the Tour de France 7 times. I was born in 1971, Plano, Texas. In 1979, I got my first bike and started my journey in cycling. In 1991, I became a member of the U.S. national team. In 1996, I was diagnosed with cancer and had to stop cycling for a bit. In 1998, I won my first Tour de France. I went on to win 6 more. People admire me because they would like to be a great cyclist like me. I'm still racing today.
Thank you. Oh, hi. My name is Christy Yamaguchi. I am famous for ice skating. I won a gold medal in the 1992 Winter Olympics. I was the first woman to win 2 medals in 35 years. I was born on July 12, 1971 in Hayward, California. I was born with club feet. Club feet is when your feet are not straight, so I had to wear casts to straighten them out. In 1976, I watched my hero, Dorothy Hamill, win a gold medal in the 1976 Olympics. In 1977, I began taking skating lessons. In 1980, I started to wake up at 4 in the morning to get to practice by 5. I practiced 5 hours before school.
In 1992, I won a gold medal in the 1992 Winter Olympics. People admire my hard work, determination, and my focus. I had a dream of becoming an Olympic champion, and I worked hard to make my dream come true.
Yes, I made a goal and we won. Hi there, my name is Mia Hamm. I am famous for being so fast on the soccer field. I'm also famous for being great at the game of soccer. I was born on March 17, 1972. In 1987, I got on to the U.S. national soccer team. 2 years later, I went to the University of North Carolina, which has a very good soccer team. 2 years after that, I played in the first ever World Cup tournament for women. 1999, I broke the scoring record for men and women. People admire me because I changed women's soccer forever. I changed it by making so many people want to come to the women's soccer games. People also admire that I always tried my best. Right now, I'm 37 years old.
Yes, I won a medal. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I'm just so happy that I won the gold. My name's Michelle Kahn. I'm a figure skater. I won the World Championships in 1996. Then I went on to win it 4 more times. I was born July 7th, 1980 in Torrance, California. I'm the youngest out of my brother Ron and sister Karen. Karen's also a figure skater, and she's helped me so much with winning my first major title at regionals, becoming one of the first skaters to win 5 U.S. championships, and winning silver at the Olympics. Currently, you might see me hosting skating competitions or at my rink in Artesia. People admire me because of my hard work and dedication to skating.
Touchdown!
Hi, my name is Eli Manning. I am famous for playing on a professional football team, the New York Giants. I was born on January 3rd, 1981 in New Orleans. In 2004, I led my college football team, Ole Miss, to a victory against Oklahoma State in the Cotton Bowl 31-28. In 2004, I was the first pick in the NFL draft by the San Diego Chargers, who traded me to the New York Giants. I won Super Bowl 42 against the undefeated New England Patriots 17-14. I got married to Abby McGrew in San Jose del Cabo, Mexico. My brothers Peyton and Cooper are the best men. Look for me the next season playing for the New York Giants.
Official, what was my time? Oh, hi, I'm Michael Phelps. I'm famous for being the first swimmer ever to win 8 gold medals in 1 Olympics. When I was 15, I went to the 2000 Olympics. I was the youngest swimmer to be on a U.S. Olympic team in 68 years. I was born on June 30th, 1985, just outside of Baltimore, Maryland. In 2000, I went to the Olympics in Sydney. 2 years later, I was the youngest swimmer to set a world record. 1 year later, I set 5 world records in the World Championships. Then in 2008, I won 8 gold medals. I'm still swimming today.
Woof, that was radical. My name is Sean White. I am famous for skateboarding and snowboarding. I have won many medals at the X Games and the Olympics. I was born in 1986 in Carlsbad, California. I was born with an illness called tetralogy I had to have 2 surgeries on my heart when I was a baby. When I was 6, I learned to snowboard. When I was 7, I competed for the first time against older kids. When I was 13, I became a professional snowboarder and won many medals at the X Games and the Olympics. People admire me because I do radical tricks on my snowboard and skateboard. Hopefully you saw me win gold in Vancouver. Yo.
What just happened?
That was really weird.
I told you we shouldn't have opened it.
I can't believe we just met all those famous Americans.
Maybe we met all of them because we were playing school and talking about all the things our teachers taught us.
Maybe. I think I learned more about them than I did at school.
I want to do that again.
That was actually kind of fun. I don't want to do that again. That was actually kind of scary.
Scary? I really liked it.
Excuse me, kids. I must have made a mistake. I must have delivered this to the wrong address. If I don't give it to the right address, I'll get fired. There's an important scientist downtown and he's mad. You didn't do anything to it, did you?
No, we didn't touch it.
Great, gotta go.
Phew, that was a close one. We got back just in time for the delivery driver to come back.
Maybe you can order one ourselves.
Did anyone notice the return address? We could contact the company.
No. That's okay. We still learned a lot about famous Americans and had a lot of fun. I can't wait to go to school tomorrow and tell my class all about what happened today and all the famous Americans we saw.
We hope you enjoyed our play. Don't forget to take pictures of famous Americans in front of their amazing portraits of names. Refreshments are set up in the back. Please take them and go to the picnic tables by the grove. When you're done, don't forget to stop by the class and see the timeliners of our famous Americans' lives.